When you was at your lowest, tell me where the hoes was at. When you was at your lowest, tell me where the bros was at. 3:30 in the morning, scroll through the call off. Ain't nobody but the mirror looking for the fall off. Hey, I love when you count us out. 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 Hey, our name is in your mouth. Shoot.
Boardwalk round, stop stimuli. What we doing? You're now tuned in to No Bars Off.
Yo, feels good to be back. I can't even call this a hiatus. Should we tell them what happened? People don't care. We did some episodes, man, and technical difficulties. After killing it,
they vanished.
Yeah,
we don't know. We don't know what happened.
Nothing happened.
Cameras was like, "Fuck your show, nigga."
Yo, man, they gave it to us good, man. But it was a lesson learned. Technology is what it is, but we realized we gotta plan better, step up, expand, whatever it is.
Yeah,
we here. No Bars Off. This episode is being brought to you by Property of God.
POG.
Shout out to our brothers.
Shout out Double O.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
H Ford.
H Ford.
See y'all at homecoming.
Bugsy.
Shout out to Cardinal Fisher, who's been showing so much
love.
True.
Major Hype, too.
Major Hype.
Major Hype is showing love to the brand, too.
Man. We love black-owned brands getting it in.
Yes, sir. Especially when they family.
Yeah, especially when they family. Today. I'm so excited. Finally get to talk about a brother that, means so much to us. Represents probably what we would have wanted to represent had we been...
had we not been idiots. Slaves.
Just, me personally, I think I was one of those artists that wasn't secure with who I represented. Mm-hmm. And we came up at a time where I'm not saying you couldn't be yourself. I hate saying that.
No, you couldn't.
Because
you couldn't.
All right.
It
was difficult. It was difficult to find a lane and be mainstream. Let's put it that way.
Jay said if skills sold, he'd be Talib Kweli.
This is true.
You know what I mean? So you couldn't be you.
Yes.
So, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Everybody's a killer now, so people are still not them, but you know.
Yeah. But this ain't about us. This is about this man, the way he's represented himself, the way he's put out his music.
Yeah.
The videos, the songs,
the vibes of just the messages.
I won't steal your word, monochromatic, but the color,
the visuals.
The award show performances.
Son.
It's
and he just seems so removed from the glitz and the glamour and all that. He's like, man, this is who I am.
He's above so many things.
Man,
it's royal. It's
unbelievable.
Spiritual. It's a blessing.
It's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a breath of fresh air.
It's exciting.
Man.
It's exciting to see. And we're just fortunate that we're able to talk about this one. Like we said, we could have went anywhere with his catalog because there's so many different types of rhymes he does, so many different styles. But we personally wanted to get into a song that was going to spark a little conversation.
True.
A different topic.
True.
So this one right here, I know it gives us a little bit something different that we haven't really talked about on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So join us.
Hey, dive in.
I be in the cut like snitch, snip. If you hear the gun go click, click, then you're dead. My plan is to have about 6 kids, get my girl thick as biscuits from Little Mrs. Big. Also, make a whole lot of dough, but still remain. We'll be floating in Camos. My little homie seen my matrimony, say he want one, but got so many hoes. Look, he don't really know that if he free the pictures, he be living well, but in weak conditions, he been reaching. I be living hella propositions for him, wishing that he listen, but it's hard to pay attention when you on the hose. But buddy in the club, all religious, he get vicious when it come to getting digits. He gon' holler at the thickest, make her feel like he the richest. Tip the baby is a vixen, her legs in the air like eucalyptus, but she go home. But everybody leaving unfulfilled when the thrill of the night is built on something fishy and you feel it in your gills. It ain't real, but you keep on swimming out the pond towards the field where you don't belong, and you still ain't healed from the last one that had you in your heels, big stepping towards destruction.
Yeah. So many ways we could have went.
Yeah.
But this one right here, to me, is not a popular topic.
It's not. It's just not.
Not when you're under 40.
Hell no. Shit, not when you're under 50. Not when you're under 30.
Right. Not in hip hop.
Yeah, not at all.
Not unless it's instantly categorized as something backpack, something not cool.
Absolutely.
He starts off, I've been in the cut, like snip, snip. If you hit a gun, go click, click, then you dead.
Well, let's start there.
We can start there.
Hey, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
So if you hit a gun, go click, click. I ain't want to do that to you, baby. You bought this on yourself.
Yes.
You bought it on yourself. If you hear it, it's over.
This reminds me of his song, "To Try Jesus." Don't try me because I got hands. And it's pretty much showing that yes, I speak peace, I speak family,
Yes.
I promote all the goodness in the world. However,
howsoever,
if you bring something to my vicinity, my area, some negativity, by the time you hear click, click, it's over. It's a wrap. So
basically, whoever it died.
Yeah.
Whoever it died. Like, that's it.
So we starting there.
Yeah.
So we starting there just to give you a baseline. All right. This is I'm gonna go somewhere that may be a little righteous, maybe a little knowledge dropping if you want to put it that way. But we're gonna start
with the
I'll be in the cut.
Yeah.
Well, if you hear that click, click, it's over. We start with a little ignorance. Yeah. Lays out his plan. Have 6 kids, get my girl thick as biscuits from Little Mrs. Bears.
Okay.
That's what he wants to do.
That's what he wants to do.
I don't know how many he got right now.
He's on the way. He's well on the way. I think he got about 4.
I think it's 4. Might be one more on the way, or 3 or 1 on the way.
Ain't no telling.
The plan is 6.
Yeah.
He's laying out there. Big family. See the family in the video.
All the time.
Yes.
All the time.
Very, very envious of
man.
Very envious.
How secure do you have to be to just be like, man, this is me and my family.
Very envious.
In the video. No cars, no jewels.
Yo. Girl rapping. Kids.
Son.
Discipline.
Listen.
In the video.
Son. They end the video, they sit, they stop when the director says cut.
Yeah.
Son. Yeah.
So he relates to getting girls thick as biscuits and also make a whole lot of dough.
Okay, so biscuits, whole lot of dough.
Whole lot of dough.
Okay.
Switch the flow. But still remain will be floating in commodes. Gives you a little metaphoric vision right there where the average person might have said, I'm still the shit.
Still want to be the shit.
He says, I remain will be floating in commodes. So youngster might have to
nice approach.
Might have to go to the dictionary or dictionary.com, sorry, and look up what
there's no actual dictionaries anymore.
No actual dictionary. And look that up.
Okay.
So again, I think he's still setting the stage for violence.
Yeah.
Getting my girl thick, because I got a girl.
And I'm still gonna remain the shit.
Still the shit. Don't get confused.
Not at all. This is the plan. I'm laying this out for you.
Yes.
I'm peaceful, but if you come at me sideways, you hit a gun, go click, click, then you're dead. My plan, have 6 kids, get my girl thick as biscuits from Little Mrs. Bears. Also make a whole lot of dough relative to the biscuits.
Got a lot of money.
But still,
yes,
remain what be floating and come on.
Simple 4 bars.
Simple.
But a lot has been said really quickly.
Really quickly. Really quickly.
You might not catch.
Right.
Because he's setting this up. So my little homie see my matrimony, say he want one, but got so many hoes. So now.
Here's the conversation. Yeah. Because he wants it. It looks good. It looks pleasing to him. But he hoes out here, man. These skeezers out here. It's about getting this money. Yes. And these skeezers. So, you know.
Yeah. So to say my little homie sees my matrimony, and it reminds me of being 20s, teens, early 30s even, seeing my homies that have been married.
5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
You like.
Yeah. So can you remember those days of seeing somebody, one of your friends, like Dub, like I just mentioned, who's my man that got married very early. My brother was married like right out of college. Right. And
so with 28, 29, he's been married 7, 8 years. We're like, How's this working?
Just celebrated 20.
How crazy is that?
Right? So we see that.
We're not old, by the way. just to phrase that.
Nah, we see that and we like, man, this looks cool. This looks dope. Family. But sometimes you're not ready for it.
Nah.
So just seeing it, and now we're reversing it, and now we're the matrimony guys.
Right.
And I talk to youngsters, in their late 20s and 30s, and
Crazy.
even younger than that. And, they may say, man, that's goals. You know what I'm saying? Right, you hear it.
Is that what we doing?
Yeah, you hear it. That's
goals. Okay.
And
crazy.
It just makes me think of the days where I knew that I was nowhere near prepared for what this looks like, for what my life looks like now.
Yeah.
So I can imagine him talking to this youngster, what this youngster is seeing. Like, my homie see Metro and say he want one.
Yeah.
And he breaks down more of the logistics of what's keeping this man from getting there.
Exactly. Right? So there's a ceiling to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
So if you want to get into that part, it's you know what I mean? Look, he don't really know that if you free the pigeons, he'll be living well, but in weak conditions, he been reaching. I be leaving hella propositions for him, wishing that he listened, but it's hard to pay attention when you want to hose. So when your focus is your Friday night, Saturday night, sometimes your Thursday night, and they lit and you love them and you can't wait until the next one and tell your friends to get with my friends and those your weekends, like you can't see you don't even know all this energy you dishing out to all these different chicks, you don't even know that's what's keeping you on this level.
Right.
Son.
And it's hard to recognize that when you're in it.
Because
to say if you free the pigeons, you'll be living above.
Right.
The pigeons fly away. Your loads get lighter and you live above the weak conditions. And he's leaving propositions for him, wishing that he listened. But it's hard to pay attention.
It's hard.
So that just, like I said, it reminds me of the days when you're juggling whatever you're juggling, different energies, because your focus may be music, money, whatever it is. You're not sitting there thinking, man, I got to get me a wife.
That's not
but then
your
you see
not your focus.
No, you see the holy matrimony, you're like, man, that looks nice.
She looks great.
Right?
Maybe later.
Maybe later. Maybe later.
Maybe later.
And then he kind of goes into this whole, visual of what it looks like.
This is the other side of why he won't commit to the matrimony.
He's in the club, all religious. He get vicious. When it comes to getting digits, he gonna holler at the thickest, make her feel like he the richest if little baby is a vixen.
Her legs in the air like you can lift this before she go home.
Yeah.
Son.
Yeah. So he's in the club religiously.
This is it, like church. Instead of church on Sunday, he's in the club every Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. We've lived a life.
Absolutely.
We've lived a life.
Who's thinking about leaving a party at 11 o'clock or at 24? Like, I gotta get home to the wife.
Yeah. And
son.
When you get vicious when it comes to getting digits.
Like, you serious with it.
Yeah, I had the phone number trick, man.
The phone number trick. Wow. Let's hear about this one.
I don't want to give that up right now.
Okay.
But it was
that's not very bad.
It was basically I didn't write numbers down. So it was easy for me to meet somebody and be like, hey, why don't you give me information? And they tell it to me and I just be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna hit you up and walk away. So when you think about,
did we even have phones back then? Like, was it?
Phones, but people had pen and paper a lot of times.
Yeah, it was dudes that would scour the neighborhood like, yo, I need a pen if we going that night.
Yeah. So I was one of those guys. I didn't need the pen, so it was always impressive.
You was hove with the numbers.
I was hove with the numbers. I was hove.
You was hoving with the numbers. Like, I don't need no pen. So I remember that.
Yeah.
It's West Indian Archie.
Yeah. So Vicious getting the digits, hollering at the thickest and make her feel like
he the richest.
So, guys in the club, chains on,
popping bottles, section,
bottles,
jewels,
all of that, just so she can feel like you are the richest.
Yeah.
So that night it happens.
It has to happen that night.
That night, her legs in the air like the eucalyptus that comes from the trees.
Son.
Before she go
home.
So
okay, you won.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a victory.
Yeah. So as a result. This is the finality.
Yep.
But everybody leaving unfulfilled when the thrill of the night is built on something fishy and you feel it in your gills. It ain't real, but you keep on swimming out the pond towards the field where you don't belong, and you still ain't healed from the last one that had you in your heels, big stepping towards destruction. Son. So everybody's leaving unfulfilled.
Everybody.
The next day, you probably feel terrible. After the nut. Post-nut syndrome. Classic.
Yeah.
You probably right after, that shit wasn't even, whether the sex was bad, whatever it was, even if your morals kick in or whatever, something happens.
You start replaying like Usual Suspects, all the things you had to do to get there, the money you spent, whatever the ride was, like all the extra.
How much the dinner was, the room.
Yes, you start feeling the drinks. Like,
damn.
All of that?
Son, for this?
Yeah.
So everybody's leaving unfulfilled.
Yeah.
But it's because the thrill of the night is built on something fishy, and you feel it in your gills.
Yeah.
You feel that shit in your gut, in your soul.
Right.
It ain't real, but you keep on swimming out the pond towards the field, which is completely, what is a fish doing in the field? Like, you can't.
But even that, you got to back up, because I feel like, I know our audience is smart, but a lot of times people don't really catch feeling something fishy. He's not relating it to smell of women. He's
not
talking about the feeling of something not being right.
Not being right.
And fish have gills. They ain't real, but you keep on swimming out of the pond towards the field. Fish swimming out.
More fish in the sea.
Right. More fish in the sea.
Dating, the dating pool.
The field.
So,
playing the field.
Where
you don't belong. And where fish don't belong, like you said. And you still ain't healed from the last one that had you
in your heels. So the last one you thought was real. He had you getting dressed.
Man and a woman.
Both. Right, both.
Yeah.
Like had y'all getting your flyers outfit together and make sure you go see him looking good and all that. So you still ain't healed from that. That didn't work out.
Yeah.
But you still ain't healed from that. But you still big stepping towards destruction. Like
he just threw healed and heels in there. And then threw the big stepping with the heels.
With the heels.
Stepping towards the destruction.
So healed, heels, two totally different words, totally different meanings. Homophonic.
Yeah. Big stepping. Oh man.
And we didn't even get into the flows he switched up flows. Like this is like a 2024 bar verse, and he switched the flows like 3-4 times.
Yeah, switched the flows, made it sing alongy if you want to
absolutely
do that.
He don't really know that if you free the pigeons, he be living way above the weak conditions he been reaching. I've been leaving hella propositions for him, wishing that it's like. Yeah. All that's in there, and he just bouncing with it. Buddy be in the club or religious, he get vicious when it come to getting bitches. He gonna holler at the niggas. Yeah. Like he flowing with it too, but he's still giving you a visual image of why this man why the matrimony looks good from the outside, but if his nights look like this, he like, why would I want that? Yeah. But then that next morning, when you leave and you unfulfilled because the thrill of that night is built on something not real. It too. Yeah. But just felt great for the moment.
So let me hit you with a curveball. You raising boys, I'm raising young boys. At some point, they could possibly be faced with this similar vibe, right? I know JT he in love, wants to be
17,
right? Wants to be with one person at this point. Dub's boy Moshe same way, like. But my son is 7 and he got 5 girlfriends. So
he's a man, son. So
he's a little different.
He's like that mad
shit. I might hit a point where I gotta have these conversations.
This is true.
How do you relate this to a youngster? Somebody's 26 watching this right now, and we sound like old fogies.
You sound like
talking like, yo, marriage, like what you create, like
right.
Who cares if I'm unfulfilled? I need to knock these joints down.
Yeah.
I need to slay as many possible. And we also know that as you're learning yourself, as you're dating, as you have different experiences, yes, sometimes you're unfulfilled, but you're also gaining knowledge of what the type of man you want to be, the type of husband you want to be, the type
and
of
even the type of woman that you want.
Type of woman that you want.
So
what do you say? You know, what was the point like that made you be like, all right?
So what the angle I chose was because I know for men it's more macho ego thing, and you know for us that shit is like that'll get you tormented in the hood. Oh, you ain't getting nothing. Like that's something that you'll, whether you internalize it or you externalize it, that's something that'll contribute to that type of behavior. What I try to discount it to is like, listen, it's okay to not be cool. Like, as far as from that aspect, I don't want you to feel like not having sex makes you any less cool.
Right.
And at the same time, I don't want you to feel like having sex makes you cool. Because what you have to realize is, as a child, that's an adult decision that comes with adult consequences, whatever.
Right.
So if you feel like, okay, at this very moment, I want to go fuck off. But yeah, just this one time, I feel like I don't want to use a rubber. So now in your mind, you think, oh, okay, well, nah, she ain't gonna get pregnant. But like I said, I try to liken it to, listen, it's okay to be a leader, not a follower. Like that's like, it's okay to not do what everybody else is doing. Everybody else runs and jumps off a cliff, you're gonna run with them, and or everybody else runs towards destruction, you're gonna do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So you have to be strong enough mentally to be like, okay. And what I tell them is, you're gonna be older a lot longer than you're gonna be younger. Yeah. Enjoy these 20, 22 years of irresponsibility and no real, recourse for your, I won't say recourse, but no real, no bills to pay, no kid, like, enjoy this. Because once you do, like, even once you leave school, like, it's a different feeling once you leave college. Yeah. Like, it's not just, oh, I can just hang out on the couch because I don't have class today. Yeah. Nah, it's over with. You got to do something. That's true. So I try to make it, like, I try to put it in those terms, like, it seems cool at the moment, but you have to think bigger picture. Like, you have to think, am I ready to be a parent? Like, you can't think, do I want to fuck? You got to think, do I want to be a parent right now? Yeah, and that's, that goes for any type of interaction with the ladies. I think even if you were to wear a hat every time, right, you got to think that even if you do that, something could still happen. And is this person that you're dealing with worthy or fit enough, or y'all compatible enough to go out there and raise a human together? And nobody really wants to hear that. I show my players when I was coaching, I show them pictures of syphilis. And that's what my health teacher did to me. Yeah. That's one deterrent. Another one is really getting them to understand that, we're royalty, that treat yourself as a king, treat women as queens, which is very difficult. It is.
You talk to
when you've been inundated with the opposite.
Yeah. So they call, girls bitches all the time. But if I say to them, hey, if somebody calls your mom a bitch or your sister a bitch, oh, we fighting. Right. So now we gotta get that queen mentality for everybody. This is true. It's very difficult because the music doesn't help. The images that people portray themselves as, they don't help. And that's kind of where, how we discussed earlier, how you get caught up in feeling like you have to be something. Yeah. Like when you become an artist, when you become whatever it is, you feel like there's an image that comes along with whatever profession that is. Yeah. So you felt like as a rapper, you had to do this, you had to do this. Yeah. Or as a, you know what I mean? So you feel like there's some certain circumstances and or things that come with the profession that you feel like you have to cater to, and that's not the case. Yeah. And most people are insecure enough to go outside of that. So when I started doing like Love Jones and the breakup and propose on these mixtapes about relationships and things like that, it was vulnerable, it was new, it was different. It felt weird. It wasn't something that I was typically used to. Right. But I was going through so much. I was like, you know what? I got nothing to lose at this point. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listen, it was something different. But experience is the best. Yeah. Backdrop for music. Experience is the best teacher. So yeah. So this joint really it addresses those kind of conversations. And like I said, we make it a point to always want to be cool and always want to, you ain't fucking son. Yeah. You gotta be doing X, you know what I mean? All the baby mama shit I seen in my hood. No, I didn't want no parts of that. Well. Shout out to Cody Allen, by the way. But yeah, we're thankful that we're able to do what we do, and we're glad we picked this joint because we know it was going to spark some conversation. And Toby is just one of those dynamic artists. Yeah, that we were talking about this, the top tier and the top level, and I think songs like this, show his potential for being that, and we're grateful that we're a part of this, and we do.
And it almost helps you visualize you now versus your younger self.
Absolutely.
Like being married, children, homeowner, all this. Yeah. And how you are now, you can't imagine doing all of this. So it's like you talking to your younger self like, yo.
That's what it feels like. I mean,
and when I first heard it, that's what I thought. I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm talking to 25-year-old me.
I was just so driven, man. Like everything else was like side noise, even people, relationship. It was like I gotta get it. Everybody else was a tunnel vision. Yeah. But
yeah, man. Shout out to Toby though.
Shout out to Toby. Shout out to Coast Contra on this joint. Is that their name?
I think they on this too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they got busy. Everybody gets busy on this stuff.
You better come with it. You can't show up with no half-ass. Not at all.
Well, we hope this recorded.
We're gonna hope this one stuck, and
you can watch it.
Hopefully, we'll get it to you guys sometime soon. Shout out everybody that randomly shouted me out for my birthday. Call, text, email, voicemail. I got a couple of voicemails. That's wild. Brucey and Worm left me voicemail. Wow. Both of them are drunk, of course. I appreciate all of y'all. We appreciate y'all love for the show. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. We're gonna keep recording twice if we have to.
Yep.
And we won't stop, man. Hopefully y'all join us on this journey and keep them on.
Take no bars off.
Yes, sir.
Real spitters take no bars off. Huh. Yeah. MCs take no bars off.